They're small. They don't bite. They don't even move. But don't be fooled, these tiny sea creatures are one of the biggest enemies modern ships face. Barnacles might look harmless, but once they attach to a ship's hull, they create drag so intense it can slow down massive vessels and burn millions in extra fuel. They multiply fast, cling tight, and are nearly impossible to remove without special equipment. And worse, when ships carry them from one ocean to another, they can cause ecological disasters by introducing invasive species. So how can something so small cause such massive damage? Let's dive deep into the hidden war between ships and barnacles. What are barnacles and why do they attach to ships? So, what exactly are barnacles? Think of them as tiny ocean squatters. They're crustaceans, relatives of crabs and lobsters, that glue themselves to any hard surface underwater and never leave. As larvae, they float freely in the water. But once they find a good spot like the smooth steel hull of a ship, they release a natural adhesive and lock themselves in for life. And that glue? It's no ordinary glue. It's a biological cement that's so strong, scientists are studying it for medical and industrial applications. A single barnacle is no big deal. But ships don't get one, they get thousands, sometimes millions. In just a few weeks, a clean hull can become a textured nightmare, covered in rough, drag-inducing clusters. And that rough surface? It turns a hydrodynamic vessel into a fuel-burning beast. But the real problem isn't just fuel, it's what happens next, when barnacles go global. Why are barnacles a formidable enemy to ships? You might think, they're just barnacles. What's the big deal? But for ships, they're not just annoying, they're a multi-billion-dollar nightmare. Barnacles create drag resistance against the ship as it moves through water. And not just a little drag. A heavy infestation can increase resistance by up to 60%. That means more fuel burned, more engine stress, and slower voyages. For a large cargo ship, that can mean burning an extra $2 million in fuel per year. Now multiply that by thousands of ships across the globe, and you're looking at billions lost to barnacles. But it gets worse. When ships move from one ocean to another, barnacles hitch a ride. They bring with them bacteria, algae, and invasive species that don't belong in the new ecosystem. Some ports now fine or reject ships with heavily fouled hulls, forcing them to clean up before entering. So while they may be small, barnacles are like rust with claws, slowly eating away at speed, fuel, and profits, one ship at a time. Why removing barnacles is so difficult? Once barnacles take hold, they don't just wash off with a hose. Their grip is legendary. They secrete a biological cement so strong, it rivals industrial adhesive. So how do ships fight back? With divers, machines, and a whole lot of brute force.
哎呀，这效果好的厉害！
Specialized divers go underwater with high-pressure tools grinders, scrapers, even rotating brushes to manually remove barnacles from the hull. It's dangerous, exhausting work. Imagine clinging to the side of a 1,200-foot ship in murky water, fighting ocean currents while scraping off thousands of tiny armored invaders. In recent years, high-tech hull-cleaning robots have entered the game. These magnetic machines cling to the ship's surface, scrub off barnacles, and send real-time footage to operators on board. Faster, safer, and more consistent, but also expensive. A full robotic cleaning for a cargo ship can cost tens of thousands of dollars per session. Some companies skip cleaning to save time or money. But the long-term cost in fuel, speed, and port penalties adds up fast. When it comes to barnacles, ignoring the problem only makes it worse. The battle isn't easy, and it's never really over. Because out there in the deep, barnacles are always ready to come back. Current prevention solutions. In the fight against barnacles, prevention is everything. Because once they're attached, it's a nightmare. But if you can stop them from sticking in the first place, that's the golden ticket. Most modern ships use anti-fouling paint-a-special coating that releases toxins to prevent marine life from clinging on. It's like bug spray, but for barnacles. But there's a catch. Many of these paints contain biocides that can harm the ocean, its self-damaging coral, fish, and fragile ecosystems. That's why researchers are now developing eco-friendly alternatives. Coatings that mimic shark skin, nanotextures that make it physically hard for barnacles to stick, even natural enzymes that confuse their chemical sensors. It's high-tech, low-impact, and could be the future of marine protection. Some shipping companies have adopted onboard cleaning robots, which remove early-stage fouling before it becomes a problem. Think of it like brushing your teeth. Do it regularly, and you avoid a root canal. It's a technological arms race barnacles evolve to survive, and we innovate to stop them. Because in the world of global shipping, every drop of fuel, every knot of speed, matters. In the world of ocean giants, barnacles may seem like nothing. Just tiny, crusty hitchhikers clinging to steel. But they remind us of a powerful truth. In the ocean, it's not always the storm that slows you down. Sometimes, it's the small things quiet, relentless, invisible from the surface. So the next time you see a cargo ship cutting across the ocean, remember, beneath the waterline, there's a silent war happening. If you learned something new to drop a like, hit subscribe, and tell us in the comments. What's another tiny enemy you think deserves a spotlight?